Hi guys, welcome back. I just wanted to let you guys know that there is a giant trigger warning in the beginning of this video. If you are triggered by talk about suicide, self-harm, depression, anxiety, anything like this, I beg you please click off of this video. We don't need you to see this, but if you are very interested in mental health and you want to hear my story, please continue. Thank you so much for listening. Alright guys, long time no see. I have been wanting to tell this story for quite some time now, probably about a year. But I just didn't think it was time. But now I think it's about time. Excuse me while I put up my hair because it's hot. So this story time is about the time where I tried to kill myself. So I've always suffered with depression and anxiety. I never really, knew 100% that that was my problem. I was never diagnosed by a doctor. But in 2014, 2015, my depression started to get a lot worse and my anxiety started to get a lot worse. So I went to my primary doctor, and originally I just told her that I was having a lot of anxiety because I was nervous about anyone knowing the fact that I had depression. In 2014, 2015, she started me on Zoloft for anxiety. And I kind of just hid my depression because I was really ashamed of it, I guess. In February of 2016, I developed kind of an eating disorder. Not kind of, I developed an eating disorder. It was mostly bulimia. If you don't know what that is, I would eat and eat and eat, and I would feel guilty and I would hate myself, and so I would go throw up. There were some bouts of not eating a lot, so there were some occasions of anorexia, I guess. At my worst, I would weigh myself probably about 4 times a day, and that's not healthy. It was really bad. In general, it just felt like a waste of space. I didn't feel worthy of being here, I guess. On May 23rd, 2016, I got to a point where I couldn't do it anymore. So, I had been really bad for about 2 days. I had cut my leg a lot. I had been crying a lot. I couldn't sleep. Things were really bad, the worst that they've ever been. So on May 23rd, 2016, I set a blanket outside. I got my Zoloft and I got some sleeping medicine and I got a big glass of water and I sat down and I swallowed a bunch of the pills. I guess that's the best way to say it. I took about 30 of the Zoloft and about 4 or 5 of the sleeping medication. I then went into my phone and wrote some notes to some family members, like my mother, my sister, my fiance, some of my close friends, just telling them that I was sorry. Well, I texted my sister and stuff too, and then I went and called one of my best friends at the time, and I kind of told her what was going on, and that's when she called 911, and the ambulance came and picked me up, and they took me to a local hospital, gave me a ton of IV fluids, and made me drink charcoal, which I couldn't taste any of it because the sleeping medication actually burned the taste buds off my tongue. I couldn't taste anything for maybe about a week and a half. Then spent 6 days inpatient at the hospital, just trying to sort my shit out, I guess. On May 28th, I came home from inpatient and things were kind of okay. They weren't the best. In August, I started school. I'm in nursing school. So during all of that, I was in nursing school. And then August, I started back up in nursing school. And I was having a lot of panic attacks and a lot of anxiety. I couldn't get my feelings under control. Things were really bad. In October 2016, things got so bad again that I went to my therapist and I told her that I needed to go to the hospital, that I needed to be inpatient, otherwise I knew I was going to try and hurt myself again. So I spent 5 days inpatient. I was going through a medication change as well because my medication that I was on was giving me really high blood pressure and it just was not working for me. So I spent 5 days inpatient and trying to get everything figured out, trying to keep myself safe. This is where I guess I really realized that I would need medication forever. There's no way that I was going to be off medication. That this depression was forever. And still to this day, sometimes just makes me feel sad, but what are you going to do? In January of 2017, I took a break from school, and then in August 2017, I went back to school. And then January, I took another break from school because school was very difficult for me. It was a lot of stress. It was a lot of reminders about my attempted suicide, and it was a lot of panic attacks, a lot of anxiety. Still to this day, I struggle with suicidal ideation and really depressive thoughts. I know that today I'm not feeling the best, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video today. I feel like crap. I feel like I would be better off gone. But here in my recovery, I know that those thoughts, they're just thoughts, and it's not true. My brain is telling me it's true, that it's really true, but I know that it's not true. Currently, I'm on Prozac, and I am also on Wellbutrin. My Prozac, I am at the max dose for an adult. I can't go up anymore, and I'm starting to wonder if I need a new medication. Because since I'm still feeling this way, I still feel like shit sometimes. I mean, most days I feel like I do well, and then the other days, I can't do it. I just want to stay in bed. As for my eating disorder, I still have those really bad thoughts. I hate my body. I don't restrict myself from eating anymore, which has made me gain quite a bit of weight. But I still have those thoughts all the time that I don't need to be eating this because I'm disgusting and things like that. As much as I would love to eat a whole bunch and then just go throw it all back up, I know I can't do that. So I've known that I've had depression and I've not been right ever since I can remember, honestly. I remember always hating my body. I would always cover up so much because I felt like I was disgusting. And this was at the age of probably 9, 10, maybe younger. I'm not entirely sure. I would always cover up. I hated wearing bathing suits. It was the worst. You would always see me, trying to make myself smaller and just it was bad. And you can actually see it in some pictures that people took of me when I was younger. And I look back on that and it hurts. It hurts. It makes me sad that I was that young and I felt that horrible. In middle school, is where things started to really get bad. Middle school was really rough for me. At least 7th grade was really rough for me. I lost some good friends. I gained some other friends who were kind of more not the greatest influences, but who understood me. These are the people who kind of introduced me to self-harm. At first, it was kind of like a challenge, like, can you take the pain? Rub something on your arm until you can't take it anymore. At that point, I really liked that. Sorry, talking about this. So, first I took mechanical pencils that had like metal tips, and that's what I would use, and I would just rub it on my arm over and over and over again until I basically rubbed it raw and made myself bleed. And then after that, I went up to maybe scissors, I can't remember, maybe safety pins. But I know eventually what I started doing was taking the razor blades out of pencil sharpeners and using those. And I became honestly addicted. It was really bad. I have a lot of scars that I have been really uncomfortable showing. I would always wear long sleeves. I would always cover up. If I didn't wear long sleeves and I was in school, I would write all over my arm in permanent marker so that no one could see the scars or marks and everything like that. It got to a point when I was, I don't know what grade I was in, but I was feeling so shitty that I just took the razor blade and I just started going at my arm, hoping that I would hit a vein, hoping that I would die. I did not, of course, hit a vein, did not die, but it left me with some gnarly scars. I mean, I have gnarly scars all up and down my arm. Don't know if you can see them. Those ones, they're all over my arm. Currently, I am finally not afraid to wear short sleeves and wear tank tops and things like that. I can finally go outside of the house and not try and cover up my arms and cover up my legs to cover up these giant scars that I've left on myself. And that has just happened within the past few months. And I've been self-harming for over 14 years, I would say. At this point, I would say it's an addiction. I would say it's a very unhealthy coping mechanism, but I would say it's something that I'm very addicted to. Think of it as any other addict. Like, think of it as someone who is addicted to pills. I mean, it's hard. And people think that it's weird, but honestly, being in nursing school, you learn that, like, when you hurt yourself, endorphins are released and it makes you feel a lot better. So, I mean, it makes sense. I'm not stupid. I'm just stupid. Anyway, I guess that's my story in a nutshell. That's not, it from A to Z. That's just what I've been going through. I want to encourage anyone, if you are hurting, if you need help, please reach out to someone. I know this is so difficult. I mean, obviously, I didn't reach out to anyone when I was having a really hard time. Reach out to a stranger, to reach out to anyone. Go to your nearest emergency department if you don't feel safe. If you feel like you're going to hurt yourself, if you feel like you can't take it anymore and you want to die, go to the nearest emergency department. I feel like no one really says that, but that is a reason why emergency departments are there. That is something that they're supposed to take care of, that they're supposed to know how to take care of. And that doesn't necessarily mean that if you go to the emergency department, you're going to be admitted inpatient. No, that's not the case. If you go to the emergency department because you're in a weak moment and you feel like you can't do it anymore, and you stay there and you talk to someone, and after a while you feel safe enough to go home, you can probably go home. You don't have to be admitted. Depression and anxiety is my normal. Thank you for listening to my very lengthy, depressing story. There's so much more that I want to tell you guys, but maybe I'll make another video.